Welcome back, everyone, to Werewolf the Apocalypse, where things are coming to a head rapidly. This show is rated R for Arun, Ragabash, all the auspices. Also, the players are playing literal monsters who are rage-driven and will tear things to very small pieces when they get upset.
Yeah,
So-
warnings for child abuse, murder.
No, we
Or-
haven't had any child abuse in this story.
We've killed things that look like children. Also, there
Those-
literally was mentioned child abuse.
Those were... Okay, that's fair enough. But that wasn't on scene.
Yeah, but the murder of the children-looking Banes was, and that's close enough.
They were Banes!
They looked like children, though, and that's enough to, like, give a warning to the audience. Whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, welcome to the Hellwalkers Pack. Who is with us today?
Howdy. It is your boy Wende, pronouns any all, and I'm playing as Jake Stromfeld, aka Truestrike, the Get a Fenris Auburn. Currently having a knife fight with Weavewalker and Themis.
Hey, John, I'm playing Skitters and Shadows, aka Paul, aka Unknown Male, aka Elijah, the Bonar Ragabash.
AKA John Doe, AKA whatever the fuck.
He's a bone knower. You're not supposed to notice him.
AKA the homeless guy who keeps having sex behind the store.
Okay. Next, Roger, you go.
Roger, I'm playing Miles Stormspeaker Lincoln, Glasswalker Galliard, New York Bohemian, who's also becoming such a hero in this town and is probably only about one step away from having a country and western song written about him.
I think they're expecting you to write that song yourself. I mean, you're the
you are
rock
the Galliard.
You are
I think
you are the country singer now. I mean, or the rocks. I don't know. What kind of?
We're gonna need to get you a Stetson hat and a guitar.
Yes,
This is non-negotiable.
indeed.
Never is.
Heart of Ice.
Yeah, it's me. My name is Zest, and I play Austin, Heart of Ice. I am a Silver Fang Philodox, which is not my usual, so we'll see how this goes.
Cat, come here.
I am a
And-
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go for it.
Oh no, I was gonna say I am a stuck-up prick apparently, so it does you will.
Well, Silver Fang. I am Zashmi. I am joining the table as Runs to Fire, also known as Buggy, and I am playing a lupus Glasswalker Theurge.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and Runs to Fire has run to the Valkenburg Foundation recently. In fact, during
Should
the
be
night.
safe for running to fire.
Yeah, you're gonna run to the fire soon enough, aren't you? All of you. Haha. Anyway, very recently. This is the date we're writing in the calendar is in fact Sunday, February 16th, 1992, and I sent you a little briefing there. I hope you had a chance to read it. You've been sent by Moonbridge from New York to Wyoming, of all places, because apparently this Valkenburg Foundation has a need of you. And just moments ago, you were introduced to Gretchen Valkenburg, who basically gave you your marching orders to join with the Hellwalker Pack on their mission, and I'm pretty sure that Gretchen would have asked or is going to essentially ask Buggy to ask the pack to fill you in with the important details. Essentially, there's been some trouble. Wolves have been slaughtered, including Garou. Mortals have been hunting and killing these Garou, lupus Garou, and not reacting like they should when they see monsters. Apparently, there is a Pentex-owned company moving pieces on the board near the Foundation, here in the region in Wyoming. And the Hellwalkers have an address and a trail and need bodies and speed. And someone who can feel the invisible structure of a place before the place bites them, which is something that can happen in the Umbra. I'm going to have a first look at our new friend in the pack here. On the sheet, let's go here. We have one of the features of 5th edition Werewolf is that we can look at a dice pool and take half and give that many successes rounded down automatically instead of rolling dice, which is sometimes very convenient. Seeing as you have a lot of wits and insight, which would give you 3 successes automatically, you will notice that Gretchen, she's a very well-dressed business lady. In fact, not a Garou, though most of the people at the Valkenburg Foundation are Garou. This is a place, the Valkenburg Foundation is a place where it's a psychiatric institute, basically, for lost ones. Garou who did not have someone to guide them through the first change and lost their minds and really got, serious mental health issues from the first change. They come to this place for treatment. Gretchen Valkenburg herself is, however, not Garou. She's kinfolk. But she's running the operation, and some of these Garou that have been killed by these hunters were patients of this place. So Gretchen is... I mean, this is a place, you can feel it as you're walking around here. Buggy, that people are on edge. There is a shock lying like a spiritual film over this entire compound, this farm. And as you are coming out from your briefing with Gretchen, you will find these other Garou. There's a whole bunch of them, isn't there? Who are apparently practicing some knife fighting. Why don't we start with Heart of Ice? Why don't you describe what your character looks like?
Oh god, let's see. What does my character look like?
An absolute hunk.
Apparently, yes. So, Heart of Ice was probably a tall, lean man in his probably early 30s, by the looks of it. He's very handsome. Very, very handsome. Has long black hair, light blue eyes, a bit of stubble. And he's just watching the rest of them stoically.
Yep, he is stunning to look at. Just an absolute... He could definitely walk on a runway. Or be in Hollywood or something. That chiseled jaw, right?
Damn chiseled jaw. Honestly, I picked the Luna picked the wrong moon cycle for him. He probably should have been a Galliard.
Well, you know, a Philodox can be judges and leaders, as we all know, have chiseled jaws.
And Riz.
And Riz.
That Riz.
Does he have that? Who knows? We haven't found that out yet, so we'll figure it out.
He's got that Stalin Riz.
Why are you always anyway? Next.
Yeah.
El Duende, go ahead and describe.
Sorry. Okay. I guess to describe Truestrike, he is a young man with a pretty scarred face and heavily scarred face and wearing a tank top and a set of jeans with definitely some wear and tear on them.
All of these folks are in their 20s, aren't they?
Are they?
I think so. At least, you know.
Well, Jake's 18.
Run to Fire is 2.
Am I the old crone of this damn pack?
Yep. Now you are.
How old is Heart of Ice?
He's technically like 32, I believe.
Okay, he's the oldest one here.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. That explains a lot, actually. Now that you. Okay, yeah, that explains a lot.
Skitters.
Skitters is somewhere in his 20s. You can't quite tell. He looks like a lost New York con man. Very disreputable and slightly dirty.
In other words, the kind of fellow where you check that you still have your wallet when he's been nearby.
Uh-huh.
Oh. How about Storm Speaker?
Miles is every inch the sort of skinny hipster. Like just average height, scrawny looking, long hair, glasses, beard. Just looks the most unthreatening person you can imagine.
And yet, is he really?
Oh, no. He's locked in. He looks geeked out, but he's locked in.
The two others standing about here waving their knives around are skinny student girl. Yeah, she belongs in a college somewhere, definitely. She has a plaid shirt, jeans, sneakers, and...
Looks like the type of person to discuss philosophy with her frappuccino.
Yes, absolutely. And the other lady does not look like she's discussing philosophy. She looks like she is running the street revolution. She has... she's very punk, very wide-shouldered, beefy biceps, and
Antifa
studs
Super
everywhere.
Soldier.
What was that?
Antifa Super Soldier.
Yes, very much so. Completely out of place in Wyoming. Very much in place in New York City. But we're not in New York City, are we? What is this group... Who is this group going to see as Runs to Fire comes out here? Is Run to Fire currently in Homid form or Lupus form?
She'll be, she's in Haunted form, but she will be very swiftly switching into Lupus as soon as she gets outside and isn't talking to Gretchen anymore. But before she switches, you would see a medium height young woman, thin but muscular from Practical Use. And she is currently dressed in oversized men's boxers that are barely hanging on her hips, a loose, dirty tank top, and Birkenstocks. Her dreads are not actual dreads, they're mats from not taking care of her hair. And then she switches into Lupus and approaches.
To switch into Lupus, go into your character sheet, click on the little wolf head on the left side. and click the 0 rage dice box over just under the lupus text.
Oh, okay.
And lo and behold,
Ah, fancy.
there is a wolf. Yeah, gang.
All right.
Wolf approaching.
As she approaches, she'll let out a kind of a combination huff sneeze in a small greeting.
Jake, I guess we'll after his little duel with these two, we'll pocket his knife and head over and say, "Howdy, the name's Jake Stromfeld, but my Garou name is Truestrike."
Brew. Okay, true. All right. Buggy. Really, yeah, Buggy. Everyone called me Buggy.
Conversation must look really weird to anybody who isn't Garou.
Yes, but since you're at Valkenburg Foundation, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, Truestrike will say, "Buggy, huh? That's a odd name."
Themis will just, shove your shoulder at that. Really? She says.
I mean, for just a regular name, just a bit odd.
The elders call me Run to Fire, but everybody calls me Buggy. Something because of fire. I don't know. They call me Buggy.
All right, then.
We were just doing a ritual to increase our rate because we're planning on going on a mission. Do you have some information for us?
Her ear perks up at the mention of ritual, and but she shakes her head. Told come, help.
Oh, okay.
Lady say you tell.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that woman! I'll throw her out of a window. Look, wait, Mikhail, can I see markings on Buggy?
Well,
can I tell if she? Can I tell if she's like a well-respected werewolf?
I mean, we have talked before in previous sessions about how werewolves get glyphs and such, right?
Yes, I couldn't think of I was thinking tattoos, but I knew that was wrong. Glyphs. Yeah, can I see her glyphs?
I mean, Buggy, are your glyphs visible?
I would, well, they'd have to be visible, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Exactly.
They wouldn't really be under the fur. That wouldn't really work.
Yeah,
There would be some, just in caveat, I'm old school.
Oh, yeah, I'm old school
Renowned
too,
people, so I have no idea how the renowned system works.
Neither do I. I've been playing this game for half a year.
Yeah, I'm just like, so she has some glyphs that show that she has earned some renown. They appear mostly to be mystical in nature and wisdom leaning.
Okay, great. Okay, if you're coming to help, I don't, just be aware that the guy we're going up against is Garou hunter. He probably has silver, probably has traps. I don't know if he knows about the Umbra, but he might be a Bane. We don't know. We haven't met him, but he definitely has silver and knows how to kill werewolves. So that's your warning. If you want to join us, this could be fatal.
Her eyebrows raise a bit. You call me scared? You call me coward?
No. Just look, 3 werewolves have already died. I don't want to be responsible for another one. If like, you need to know what the stakes are. That's all.
You Alpha? You know responsible for me.
That's a good point.
I have no pack. I have no pack.
Okay.
No one responsible for me.
Okay.
Technically, Themis says we kind of are out in Alpha at the moment. And she kind of gives a side eye to Weavewalker, the college girl. But I'm sure after this is all said and done, we can settle things properly. You will notice the glyphs on Themis. They speak of Black Fury Philodox.
Okay.
All right, shall we?
I would like to bring up.
Let's-
bring up something actually before we.
Okay.
I have a question for everyone here. Should we attack at night?
No.
We've already given him a night, says Themis.
Yes, he could be on the moon by now. We need to get there as quick as we can. Do you know how much of a rush we're in? Is that even though you, Truestrike, did this ritual of rage when I wasn't here, and I've lost a wolf, we are in so much of a rush that I'm not going to stay for us to do another ritual so I can gain the wolf, because that's how much of a rush.
Well, don't
we
get
are in.
upset with me. I was just giving out a suggestion, just in case. Okay, I just thrown out ideas. All right then, let's head out then. Damn.
Someone might earn the title of pack leader before this story is over.
Appears that way. Austin's gonna speak up at that moment and says, "You think you can be useful without your wolf form, without a wolf?"
Sure, all that has to happen is that I get injured once and it's back.
And then he's gonna look down to runs to fire, says, "Are you ready to lay down your life then?" Buggy.
Garou.
Good answer. I like you.
Okay.
Themis is also just nodding. Yeah, right?
Right. Okay. Okay. Frank. If we get horribly murdered, you're still under orders to go back to New York, okay? And take the ID of Samuel Haight with you. Weavewalker, Hayt, you have his, give.
Yeah, there's a rat sitting on Skitter's shoulder.
Hayt,
And,
will you give the Samuel Haight's ID to Frank? He can keep it safe.
Right, yeah.
Okay. And now is everybody ready to go to get on the? I guess we'll have to borrow another truck since we don't have our RV.
Yeah, you can definitely borrow a truck. You have the address. You know where you're gonna go. Is this gonna be an awkward truck ride?
Apparently might be.
Runs to fire, just jumps into the back of a whatever truck and curls up and gets comfortable.
While we're in the back of the truck on the way there, Stormspeaker will say, "Remember, this isn't just about taking down Sam Haight. We need to know as much as possible before we go in. So we need to recon in the Umbra before we do anything else. If possible, we need to search his house for as much information as possible on the strip mining scheme, because it's not enough just to put him down. We need to make sure Pentex can't carve out all the land around Valkenburg. We need to do this in stages, be thorough, be careful, then put him down. As saying that, Miles is going to turn into lupus form, because he's way too well known around this town to get seen as hominid. So he's going undercover as soon as we leave the premises.
That makes sense.
Jake will, I guess, as a nervous thing, pull out his ladder and just keep opening it and closing it again.
Who has a drive? Austin, do you have a drive?
I do not.
I guess I'm driving, even though I can't drive. I'm from New York. I can't drive.
Themis is backup driver. She's
Themis can drive.
The best driver is actually Stormspeaker, but he doesn't have opposable thumbs right now, so...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could argue that Truestrike can drive as well, because your dexterity is that good, unless we're looking at composure, in which case...
Truestrike has never driven before, man.
Okay.
Yes, if we're going by composure, then Austin can drive. But if it's just driving it itself, I don't have anything for that.
So...
I'm pretty certain Themis can drive. She learned when we were...
She has a dot. Yes, she has a dot.
Yes.
And
okay, Themis is driving, and I guess I'm in
Let's
chocolate.
just put the NPCs up front and the players in the back.
there you go. Well, it's going to take you a while to get where you want to go, because, I mean, it's not next door, is it? So... How quiet are we going to be on this ride through the Wyoming forest?
Who has the
We're in the
hotel?
truck, so that quiet.
So we have Themis driving the truck, and who else was sitting in front? Weavewalker?
Kate.
Yeah.
I guess like Jake will knock on the back window of the truck to, like, you know, get the driver's attention and basically say, how about we stop here and walk the rest of the way? Don't want to get his attention, and let's try and ambush him.
That makes sense. It's going to take, because you're going not necessarily by highways and such. You're going on various back roads and whatnot. So, you have a map. You following it. You can navigate yourself through this crisp day in Wyoming. I think the temperatures are actually dropping rapidly. The Chinook weather is going away, so it's gonna get colder quickly. Or is it getting colder quicker? Is that just in your minds? Who knows?
Yes, it's all in their head.
Maybe it is all in your head.
Wyoming, we were in New York the entire time. You've been tripping balls on ayahuasca.
That's... No, you weren't.
Oh my god, I keep getting harassed by my evil ass dogs. Who are evil as fuck. Go, evil, vile mongrel.
Go, evil, vile mongrel. Okay, I thought I had the landscape for Sam's house already uploaded, because I did the prep for this a long time ago, but apparently I did not actually upload it, so I'm gonna do that now. But while I'm doing that, let me describe what you can see from a distance, shall I?
From a distance.
From a distance, exactly. So, this is, a place, a property far from others. You are not in anywhere close to the central community of this county, this farmland county. This is more like a cabin in the woods, if you will. It's a weathered 2-story A-frame that sits alone out here in among the pines. And I mean, while you're approaching, you said you didn't want to go too close, so you're gonna stop the truck. You can still see, on the map, this is where the property is, and you can sneak up the rest of the way toward the property, I guess. Shall we pick whoever is the worst at sneaking here for the sneak? Because I have a feeling that's going to matter. How many people want to sneak up there?
I would actually like to activate Penumbral senses and be able to see the house on the Umbra as well as physically.
That makes all sense, actually. So, let me show you. I mean, the first thing you're going to see is the house as it looks in the real world. Because, you come upon that first, and then you shift your eyes into into the vision of the Umbra. So, let me show you basically what it looks like, and I apologize that I had forgotten to upload it. It was weird.
Classic
I
Mikhail.
was so short. What was that?
Nothing. Oh my god, Roger has the thematic lighting. That's crazy.
What is going on? There we go.
Roger in some sort of haunted mansion playing this.
I've had this happen a few times in games as it started to come dark, and it's got more sort of washed out looking. One time it went almost grayscale, and it was the true sort of Blair Witch Project kind of effect.
Well, yeah. It has a large front yard. It has a large backyard. And we wanted to have... We have at least one person is going to look into the Umbra, right? Which is, in fact, our good friend. Runs to fire. So, Penumbral senses. That is going to mean that you will take... oh, you've already docked off the willpower?
Yep.
Excellent. So then I'm going to ask you to roll intelligence and wisdom together. You do this by clicking the intelligence button, and then you add the wisdom. And the difficulty is going to be the local gauntlet, which out here is only a 2.
Oh. All right. So I click intelligence. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I add the wisdom. Oh, add renown. Okay, got it. All right. I'm getting there. Sorry. Bear with.
That's fine. There's a first
All
time.
right. Okay. Am I rolling a rage dice with it?
Yep.
No.
That always.
I am. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
always
it comes
included.
up. Okay.
That's
And
always
it's
included.
a 2. All righty.
Well then, it's not hard at all to shift your eyes into the Umbra here. And what you see is an absolute horror place. This is a blight. An absolute blight. Let's see. What do we have here? I'm gonna probably have to ask you to roll an occult plus intelligence check with a difficulty of 3.
Okie dokie. Okay, intelligence. How do you add in skills?
So you start with the occult and then you add the...
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Oh, this is so fancy. Intelligence.
You can
and-
see-
With how this is programmed, so you have to click on skill first, then add the attribute, even though you normally say attribute first,
Yeah.
then skill. So it's counterintuitive. It takes a while.
And
You
you
can
said
see
it was a
shapes
3?
moving here. What was that?
You said difficulty was 3?
Yes, please.
I don't know what these dice mean.
Well,
You tell me.
every time you see the scratch mark, that's a success.
Okay.
If you see a scratch mark with a star on each side, that's a 10. So if you have 2 of those, it's a crit. The red die might turn up fangs, and that is in that case a potentially bad sign, because if you have 2 fang dice, you always fail, unless you're in combat, in which case you just do more damage. But in this case, this is a place from which Banes are basically born. This is a worm nexus, essentially. Whatever the proprietor of this house has been doing, their mind is so warped that it has impacted this place. Welcome to Mordor, essentially. And you can see Banes walking around here. They are maybe not the most powerful Banes in the litany of the Triad, but they are going to be violent and they're going to do harm. And there's plenty of them. In fact, you don't know how many, but you've already spotted 3.
Just for clarification, is the Umbra the same way in 5e, where during the day it's dangerous and bane-ridden, and we're in the wild right now, so there wouldn't be a whole heck of a lot other than around this place, but just for clarification.
Not really. However,
Okay.
in 5th edition, every scene you spend in the Umbra costs you either a superficial willpower point or an aggravated health damage, if you don't
Okay.
have willpower left. On the other hand, because it's not measured by minutes but by scenes, that can be a very fluid type of...
Right. Okay,
type
so
of
you
skill.
can travel into the Umbra during the day.
You can absolutely
Okay.
travel into the Umbra during
Okay.
the day, yes.
Alrighty. That's kind of an important thing, because I
Yes,
panicked
yes, it
when
is.
we said daytime earlier. No, not daytime.
Nope, that's not a problem at all.
Okay.
By the way, quick question.
Yeah.
If I were to say, if we were in the Umbra and it were the middle of the day, could you use Moongleam in the Umbra regardless? Or would you have to wait until it was night in the Umbra as well?
No, you can always use Moongleam. Moongleam is a
Oh,
fetish.
always?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. In that case, could we retcon and say that we use Moongleam on, the drive over?
Absolutely.
What's that do? Again, remind me.
Because it works basically the same as Howling at the Moon, which gives you a point of rage.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Why don't you describe to let's do a step back here and
So
on the
basically,
flatbed retcon really quickly.
so basically, Jake is playing with his lighter
Flashback
for
is
a
what we
second.
call this.
Yeah. So Jake is playing with his lighter for a bit, and then you can see on his face where he gets a little bit of a eureka moment. He puts the lighter back in his pocket and pulls out a small black bag, and pulls out a small stone.
I mean, the moment you're opening the little black bag, you can see an actual moon gleam that's gleaming of literal moon rays from inside the bag. Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I open the bag, there's a flash of light, I pull out this glowing stone, and I say, wait a minute, we're about to get into a fight. It's a new day. Let's use Moongleam once we park.
It is literally the glow of the moon. And so in 5th edition Werewolf, the first time you howl at the moon on a day, you gain a rage point. So as you are traveling over towards this place, the entire pack in the back of the flatbed truck is howling together at the moon. Except maybe Themis, who can't really howl that much because she's driving. She's howling too, but yeah.
Inside, she's howling. Metaphorically.
Yes. No, she's
Do
howling.
metaphorical howl, Scout?
Yeah. There we go. All the howls. I'm gonna add a rage point. Buggy, it's like you are at midnight, and you know there is a moon crescent above you. You feel filled with Luna's purpose.
Okay. I will say though, when he was playing with his lighter, her attention was solidly on the flame and the lighter. When he puts it away, she lets out a little whimper, but then appears interested in what's happening with the bag.
Very well. Well, the rest of you all see only the house, as it were.
Okay, I guess Buggy.
Why don't you let me react to the house first?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a flashback. Now we'll kick back to you, buddy.
If we're done with the flashback, then I'll react to the house.
I forgot that Buggy had just seen something horrific.
Yeah. So her hackles will go up, and she'll growl and take a couple of steps back away from the house, and in Garou, just say, "Bad, very, very bad worm, very, very bad."
Oh shit.
Should've
Miles, you still have that dagger, right? The one that gives you sense the unseen, or whatever.
But since I'm in lupus form, I don't have it on me. You know, I can't use it at the moment.
Well,
Okay. So, what you mean? Do you see Banes, Buggy?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
Banes, not biggest Banes. Not biggest Banes I see, but Banes.
Question then, gang.
Birthplace for Banes.
Do we attack in the Umbra first, or do we attack in real world?
There's nothing to attack in the real world.
Well, he could be in the house, but whatever.
Well, yeah, but
Can we see any cars outside?
Yeah. There is a truck with the mining company logo on it.
Okay, so first things that
Let's
Miles
go with,
will tell Optinode that if he tries to leave in the truck, don't let him. Either stop it from moving at all, or let him get up to speed, then crash the truck. That's
Speaking
the
of
first
which,
thing.
You, Buggy, you're going to see 3 very friendly spirits that are, because your eyes have shifted so you can see both worlds at once. One is, of course, your own spirit companion who is sitting on your shoulder, you know, in the spirit world. Not that the others can see that right now, but so it is. On Skitter's, you can see the little rat, who is considerably bigger in the Umbra and smiles at you with a mischievous smile and, like, cackles a bit and then, like, hisses very much at the blight that you're just watching. And then finally, sitting in Weavewalker, she's sitting at, shotgun inside the cabin right now, the college girl. She has one of these brick telephones from the early 1990s, if you recall. I was there.
I recall, yeah.
in this brick telephone is another spirit, which looks like essentially a walking lightning bolt. Just electricity. It has electrical legs, and it's a little bit of ball, and it keeps, chatting with Weavewalker through this telephone casing, which uses to speak with the other Glasswalker, as it were. So yeah, there's plenty of spirits around here. Take it away, Storm Speaker. You were saying something about Optinode?
Yeah, tell Optinode that if Hayt tries to run in the car, either don't let it start or let him get up to speed and then crash the car so he can't get away. And we'll also say to Frankie Scratch, firstly, how fast can Frankie move in physical world? Can he run faster than a regular rat?
I don't know.
He's bigger, but I mean, he doesn't have speed. Isn't his primary thing. He's a brawler.
Yeah, he's like a muskrat.
Yes, very
Inside.
much. Think of him as storm vermin, not gutter runner. Or maybe a rat ogre. I don't know.
But what Mazda says, what we should do here is we'll cross over into the Umbra, clean out everything we see here, take out all the banes, do the rite of abjuration to clear out connection to the worm in this world, in the Umbra world. So we cut Hayt off from more direct contact with the worm, and maybe he sees what we're doing and comes to fight us in the Umbra, in which case we fight him there. If not, once we've cleaned the Umbra, we go into the cabin, drop out of the Umbra. If we can, stealthily search for anything we can before he alerts to us being there.
Yeah.
And then we take him out. If he tries
That's
to
good.
run,
I suggest the opposite. I suggest we head in right now, we deal with Hayt, we search the place. Then, we'll have more time to prepare for an assault on the Banes.
Also, if you're going for the second route, we could probably ask Pure Heart to help.
Weavewalker
No.
will chime in because you are talking about Optinode. She just turns over. If there's a lot of Banes there, Optinode will be seen immediately, and Optinode is not a fighter. They will kill Optinode in a heartbeat.
Yeah, the spirits will have to stay away. Wait. Yeah,
8 men feed off of Bane or possessed by Bane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If we take out the Banes first, it might knock out his power source or something. That's probably what
You
Miles
know?
is thinking.
You know?
I don't know.
all right then.
Maybe.
Well,
in the Umbra, there's not going to be any material world booby traps. Nobody's going to end up
that's true.
stuck in a silver bear trap or anything ridiculous.
Oh
Well,
no,
that-
it depends on what the Weaver spirits are.
well,
Traps,
feel like we
traps
should
in the
decide
Umbra
quickly.
would be still there. They would just be Weaver spirits.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the more time we talk, talking about this, and rather than deciding the words,
Okay.
I feel like we should decide what now.
Okay.
It's up to you,
Let's.
Sims.
Oh,
Say Umbra
Let's go-
first. That's where we have every advantage.
but
Umbra then.
okay. I guess we have to leave at least some. Okay. Since rule check, Mikhail. Since Frank is a host, that means he's in both at the same time, right?
I mean, Frank has the rat host that you have on your shoulder, but
Yeah.
Frank is not in the physical. I mean, okay, that's fair. He can communicate through the host to you. Yes.
So, would he make a good watch out here if Hayt comes to and then he'd be able to just warn us in the Umbra?
Probably.
Would that be viable as a plan?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'll take that as a
Wait.
yes.
My Raven can do the same. Raven
Okay,
will
great.
not be going into the house, near the house.
Wait, what Raven? Jake will say, what Raven?
That one.
I
Oh,
The
don't think
one
they
that
can
he
see
would
the
know
Raven.
about, because if he's got a spirit, I would assume his spirit's telling him that there's a Raven.
But I
that
thought
Yeah,
he's
this
your
was-
Frank can tell you about the Raven, absolutely. Scratch is like, yeah, bird, black wings. Very cool. Has Weaver energy.
Cool. Okay, so
Huh.
Frank, if you see him try to escape, warn us, okay? And if we don't come back, you're in charge of getting the message, okay? So don't get into any fights, okay? I'm telling you. Okay. Miles, you know the right to transfer, right? Or is that Kate?
Yeah, several of us know both the Shadow Passage and the Abjuration, so we can do it really easily.
Yep.
Okay.
I know
Let's
both of
do
those.
that so and get to the next thing.
All right then. Now, stat-wise, I guess that means we got to do ritual rolling, I guess.
Can we just take half, or with that powered up, we can just do it?
I mean, so you're gonna enter the Umbra here. That's the plan for
Yeah.
everyone. All right.
Man,
And if we do it deeper into the woods, not right on the house, the gauntlet should be nice and low.
Yeah, it's,
Well,
it's
it's
gonna be
already
the same. It's like the gauntlet varies between 2 to 5, maybe 6 if you're really in a bad place.
number
Like-
one, level 1 difficulty is like you are like in the center of a forest.
No, you're in a
You're-
cairn. That's-
Yeah, I got the Karen, yeah.
So
even
worm
the
corruption
humans
doesn't-
hear the spirits whispering in such a place.
so worm corruption doesn't make the gauntlet any thicker.
No,
No,
it
but a
doesn't.
house could.
That has
A
nothing to
house,
do
if
with it.
Yeah, a house with Weaver tech in it could.
Yeah, Weaver stuff makes the gauntlet thicker, and so what makes the gauntlets thicker is really disbelief in spirits, like human disbelief in spirits, and that tends to be more associated with Weaver stuff than anything else. All right, so we want to do the Rite of Shadow Passage. Who's going to take point on that? We do have a Weavewalker who can do that. She has a lot of... Well, she has some occult. We have Buggy. I think Weavewalker is slightly more occult.
Out of
Um,
character, I feel like Buggy should do it, you know, just to get the player used to rituals, since they're going to be doing a lot of them in the future.
Yeah, but this is a chance for you to milk Miranda on some resources and save some resources for Buggy. I'm not gaming.
Yes, good.
Whatever.
Though it doesn't actually cost anything, does it?
No, I don't think
Miranda
that.
is very much the primary ritualist, and the rest of us are just like ritual assistants.
Yeah, so we're gonna do occult plus wisdom plus how many people have the Rite of Shadow Passage here? We have Buggy definitely,
Mhm.
and
I do as well.
oh, Heart of Ice. That's 2.
I do. I do.
Jake, Store
Miles has
Speaker,
got it.
and
Yeah, Miles
Skittles.
has it.
So that's 5 more people. That's 5 extra dice to the roll. Now, technically, we always have to roll this roll because things can go bad. But, you know, right now we're at 13 dice, so taking half would be 6 successes. So this should work even in the most Weaver-dense lab. It worked just fine. 11 successes. Now you have a demonstration here, Zashmi. The claw marks with the stars, and I rolled 4 of those, which is 10s, so that's 8 successes plus the extra 3. So this is like a super crit. In other words, you're gonna do the rite together. She is, this is away from the house, obviously, still inside the forest. She's laying out a circle on the ground for you all. She is saying a prayer to Gaia, to the tree spirits, to Optinode. She wants both Wild and Weaver to be, you know, balancing this out. And as she does this, there will be in the middle of the circle, maybe there's a mushroom circle, who knows, too early in the year, a shimmer through which you can all step and see what you see, which is, of course, an absolutely horrid sight, isn't it?
Jake, upon seeing the Banes, gives a crooked, evil smile.
Ah, of course you do.
And as you see him grin, you also see Miles grow into Hispo form.
I guess it's on then, isn't it?
It's on. It's so on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Is there a way to center the picture? Because my picture is off screen.
Right-click on your mouse and drag.
Oh, okay. I must have accidentally pulled it over. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, people are shifting forms here, and the Banes, well, if you thought there was only 3 of them, you were wrong. There is a lot of Banes here. These are just the ones you can see. Weavewalker will immediately identify them. Let's see if Runs to Fire can identify them as well. Occult Intelligence, I want 3 successes. Unfortunately, you can't really place what kind of creature from the abyss this is. Now, there is an option here for you, Buggy. In 5th edition, willpower doesn't work quite like it does in earlier editions. And I think I kind of prefer this model, honestly. If you right-click in the chat messages, where you have the name, your name or your character, you will find that there's going to be a pop-up menu that will say a willpower reroll, and you can left-click that if you want to, and then you can mark the 3 dice that have not scored a success and reroll. It's going to cost you a willpower point in superficial damage, though. So
I already spent a willpower point, so I will hold off on doing that.
Very well. So yeah, you can't quite place them. Weavewalker will mutter to herself, "Scrags," and I guess it's on, folks. In this system, we don't quite have we have initiative, but yeah, okay. It's not quite as clean as that, if you will. So I'm gonna ask for intentions first. And I'm going to start with Heart of Ice. What do you want to do this turn as you see all these things? I mean, they've seen you guys, I guess. Unless we're sneaking up on the house. How are we? Because I heard Truestrike saying it's on. But I'm going to give you a chance here to try to sneak up on this place if that's what you want to do.
I mean, I'd like to try to sneak off, but I don't know what the stealth of everybody else is.
I'm thinking we're in the Umbra. Let's not waste any time. Let's just charge and start biting.
Okay.
There we go.
And see,
All right, I guess
Bash the
we're
board
stuck.
the
I
door
guess
down.
they're starting charging. I guess.
maybe I'm starting to hit you with the Get a Fenris mind control beams.
Oh boy. Heart of Ice is just gonna pull out a revolver and wait to see what some of the others are going to do. How they're gonna react.
Well, technically, so who are the fastest and slowest, and so on and so forth. It goes by composure awareness.
Oh, really?
Because of course it does. Yes, it does. So
when I-
almost everybody has a 4.
Yeah.
I have 5.
I have
I
a
also
3,
have 5.
even though I created this character to be fast. The game decided, no, these are the 2 skills you need. No, not dexterity athletics to be fast.
No, you
Dexterity
use
is meant
dexterity athletics to catch people who are running away from you. That's different.
Yeah.
Not
I
to
do have a
quick
quick
reactions.
question.
Yep.
Remind me, maybe I was wrong because I'm misremembering, but didn't in the old editions, like physical attacks like claw and bite were like dexterity and brawl,
Yeah.
and then this new one is athletics and brawl, right? Or not
No.
athletics, strength and brawl. Sorry, my bad.
This new one is fluffy, and you can decide if you want to use strength or dexterity as you see fit.
Okay, because I was trying to remember like, are they using strength now? But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, I just needed to have that cleared up.
Yeah, no, this game is very narrative centric, so it's inviting players to come up with fun ways of motivating various dice pools, though sometimes setups are required, as it were.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're going just by on declaration stage here for in turn order, Weavewalker is not a fighter, and she doesn't want to be in the front of things. So she's definitely gonna, be waiting for Truestrike to jump in there before she does anything. So Heart of Ice, you're also waiting. Runs to fire. You're a fast one. What do you want to do?
Well, they said to run forward and fight, so she's just gonna run up to the nearest one and attack it in hispo form with a nice big fight.
Here we go. Okay, so yeah, you are already in hispo form. So charging up at the Scrag, because you're moving, you're gonna have -2 dice on the attack because it counts as a minor action. You are. Oh wait! Before we do that, I need to find out what everybody else is doing. Sorry about that. I mean, Themis is gonna follow your lead, basically. Because why not? Though she goes glabro instead. Loses some of her rage, very sadly. So both of you are gonna close in. Stormspeaker, are you also gonna close in and fight in close combat?
I'm going to just charge in and
Very
whichever. If somebody gets there first and their bane is still standing, I'll go in and finish it off.
Well,
If
Skitters,
they've already
you're
killed
always
their bane, I'll take new one.
you're always one for attacking from afar, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll throw a knife at this one.
Very well. That means that you actually start. So
Yay!
Wait, hold on.
unless
accidentally,
Truestrike is going to do something ranged, what are you going to do, Truestrike?
Wait, actually, yeah, no, Skitters does move first. Yeah, no, I accidentally fucked up the initiative because it's 1 instead of 5.
Oh, okay.
Wacky.
Wacky. 5. There we have it. Even so, you're fighting in close combat, aren't you, Truestrike?
Yep. So yeah, get the skid.
So the first one to act is in fact Skitters, because ranged attacks go first. So let's go. So the order of initiative, typically, according to the advanced Gehenna War rules, this is for Vampire, but we can use them here too, is people who are already in close combat and have, already close to melee range, then ranged attacks, then people are closing in to start a melee fight this turn. So technically Skitters starts.
Okay. I have 9 dice on this.
Go
Can
ahead.
I take half on a throw? That would be like 4 dice. Let's see what happens.
Well, you should have taken half.
I'll willpower re-roll because that's just not acceptable in any day. No, that's 6 successes.
That is better than half. Okay. 6 successes is but it's still just superficial, isn't it?
I should start getting like silver knives or something. I don't know. Probably. We'll see.
No, you need fetish knives. That's what you need. So
Yeah.
knives. These are banes, so typically they will take half, because they're supernatural. They will take half damage on the superficial.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're wounding one of them.
Yeah, this dude.
Which one? Oh,
This dude.
just because I marked the other one.
Oh, sorry. Whatever, whichever one. You're the one keeping track, so
Okay,
whichever one you like.
whichever one I like. Yeah,
Which one
a
are you?
knife will fly through the air and hit this nightmarish creature, which looks, well, let me click to, where did it go? My scroll wheel doesn't work anymore, which is really annoying for my navigation. There we go. It's, well, gray, ghoulish, with razor claws and fangs. They're not necessarily fast, but those claws, they look vicious. So, yeah. Okay then. We will have. You know what? Since everybody is closing into melee, we're gonna have Weavewalker do that too. No, she's gonna wait for everybody else. Truestrike, it's your turn to close into melee, because you are as fast as... Okay, I don't know why Truestrike is faster than Heart of Ice or Runs to Fire, because you all have 5, but I guess it's alphabetical or something. There we go.
So, question.
Yes.
Was it the one that was injured?
No, it was this one.
Okay. I'm going to head right over here and split my dice pool in half.
Very well.
7 dice on this one, 8 dice on this one.
And of course, you are the true striker of true strikes. So -2 to your dice pool because you have moved. The wolf is not with you. The anger abates as you channel the energy. Is that your... that's your...
That's the attack on this one.
Okay.
The bite.
That's not a lot.
No, it wasn't.
Well, guess who takes damage now, Truestrike?
Let's see here. Let me, just give me a sec.
Unless you want to willpower that, of course.
Are
Which you did.
fucking-
Ah!
What?
Oh
The
no!
fuck?
Truestrike jumps into the middle of the fray and, filled with confidence, as he usually is, he just stumbles for once, and instead of tearing a spirit in two with his vicious Get of Fenris claws, the razor-sharp claws of the Scrag just scratches all along your arm. Drawing blood, you feel the rage pumping in your heart, Jake.
So how much damage was that?
It did 1, because that's the difference, so.
Huh, only one superficial. That's crazy. Oops, I accidentally rolled too many dice there.
Yeah, that looks like too many dice.
Let me just start over. It was actually supposed to be 8 dice, so...
Only 8 dice. Very sad.
I know. So sad. Boom, and, alright then. This one went a lot more successfully.
Yeah, that's the other one, isn't it?
Yep, so that's 9 aggravated damage.
Help? Wow! I should have taken half. I mean, it doesn't matter much now. You just shred this Scrag. Absolutely shred it.
Yeah, so after this, like, it scratches me on the face. I'm just so furious, I just bite off the other one's head in one bite.
Yep. That's basically what happens. Heart of Ice? The Ghetto Fenris Arun is doing the Arun thing.
He sure is, and I'm so proud of him. He's gonna... Heart of Ice is going to fire at this next one.
Oh,
Right here.
okay. That's... okay, go ahead.
Alright, let me see. It's Compulsion of Firearms, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, let me
You
find that
dedicated
out.
your gun to the Umbra. That is some next level stuff. But it makes sense.
Okay, so it's attributes first, and then...
Nope. Firearm first.
Firearms, okay.
And then you add the composure.
Okay, firearms first.
Did I give you a revolver, by the way? No, I haven't. What kind of pistol do you have?
It's an old, kind of like an old-fashioned revolver.
I'm just putting a 9mm in there because it's not going to be a big difference in terms of stats.
Yeah, it's
gonna
like...
have a weapon value of 2?
So I guess like a Colt single action army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peacemaker! Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I believe a different gun.
Let's see. Looks like 2 successes.
That is 2 successes. Plus the 2 for the weapon damage does 4 in total. But that is all superficial on a spirit, so it's only the 2. But the spirit is already hurt, so it is going to be... You can see the Scrag hissing loudly as a chunk of its shadowy form is separated by the bullet.
I know I should have brought my silver bullets today. Oh well.
Runs to fire! We are jumping into the action, aren't we?
With a big old bite. So you said you can choose strength or dexterity?
Indeed.
So I will choose dexterity then with brawl.
Very surprising.
All right. So nothing for renown, right? That's blank.
Yep.
And I've got a -2 because I charged.
Yep.
All right. So that is 5 and then 1 with the rage dice. All right. What am I putting in for difficulty?
Just a plain old roll. There's no difficulty on this.
Okay.
These are opposed rolls, but if you're attacking this thing here, it can't really oppose you. So it's just a free attack, basically. On the other hand, all the others will be able to attack you freely. So it's up to you to decide. These 2 are neutralized. They can't attack back, but all the other 4 can. So it's up to you if you want to attack something that has already spent their turn to kill it, or engage something else just to not get whacked yourself.
No, she was just charging in, so she'll charge in at 1. This is all happening simultaneously, so
Yeah, basically.
odds are she didn't pick one that they were aiming for.
I'm gonna roll d6 for you. We'll see which one you end up with from left to right.
Alrighty.
Okay, there we go. You end up with this one. That's fine. Just charging in will, because everybody's just charging in right now. So
Right.
yeah, it's not gonna stand there and just passively take it. Those
It will,
ghoulish
actually.
claws are reaching out for you, and what are we doing here? We're doing
so is that a
fangs and
five?
claws, right? What was that?
Yeah, or a big bite, a bite, because I think bite does extra damage, doesn't it? For his spell?
Yep, it does indeed.
Yeah.
So
Aggravated.
And aggravated
this
too,
is
yeah.
High,
plus one
right?
aggravated.
Or no,
So
they got 4 successes?
it got 4 successes, so it negates 4 of your 5, but that's still 1 that goes through. So in essence, there is a tanglement here. You are jumping it. It has its shadowy arms with those claws. It's trying to hold you back, and it almost succeeds, but just the tip of your snout gets there and grabs a hold of whatever it is. Is it shadowy clothes? Is it skin that's sagging? Who knows? It's the Umbra. So it's going to be 3 points of aggravated damage on this thing. Because that's what we do here. And it hisses in pain because that was not cool. Themis is doing much the same thing as you are doing. Jumping into the fray. Randomly, apparently at this thing here, and is going to just punch, basically. Which is a hit. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does something. Storm Speaker.
The Storm Speaker is also recharge it. I guess getting the space between these two.
You could try your Hair's Leap, and you'd get there without having to split your dice, wouldn't you?
No, because Hair Sleep is a die roll.
Oh, right.
You do 1 die roll per turn, basically, in this system. And then, of course, you can split your dice pools to do many things. Like Truestrike.
I guess I will just Miles will do what Miles always does and bite this one to the right.
2 Hispo forms jump this Scrag. And it's out of dice now.
It's done.
Well, we'll see. It really depends on Miles's bite, doesn't it?
It's 2 down because I stuff.
Yep. Well, that wasn't very impressive, but it is a bite, isn't it? So it's 3 points of aggravated damage. Okay, it's done. Feel free to describe how you're tearing into it.
I think you see Buggy has got like a bite on it and it's holding it in place. And then Miles just leaps through the air while it's stuck and can't go anywhere. And jaws just close around its face.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, fuck!
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, these Scrags are numerous, unfortunately. They are legion, and they're all coming for you.
She said it was a birthplace.
Didn't she just? Alright. We'll have some Scrags closing in on Truestrike here. You know, I think there are enough Scrags for everyone, isn't there?
Oh, fucking shit. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have, let's see now, 1.
And
almost-
you constantly poke fun at me for metagaming with my character, huh? For making him
Little,
powerful.
baby? A little?
This is why I make him powerful. Eltrum. Because of bullshit like this.
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Weavewalker's going to have to use her dice pool to defend, apparently. But I cheated and rolled 9 dice, so I take that back. Or I just remove a success, because that's the average. So 5 successes against Weavewalker. It's not gonna be good. She hasn't even shifted. She should have shifted.
Well, she still takes half because that's how the system works.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. But you know, okay, dexterity, roll, everything. Trying to not get hurt is. Look at her go! 2 successes. Good for her. So instead of 5, it's going to be 3, which becomes only the 1, I believe, unless they have... No! These are simple creatures relying on their +3 superficial damage claws and fangs to inflict harm. I'm sorry, Truestrike. You should have taken another one. So it's actually...
Fucking youch!
5, 3, 6, 3. 3 health damage on her on the first attack, and the other one is just purely going straight in. So that's 8. 4 more damage. Miranda Weavewalker is instantly health impaired and screaming in pain as she's swamped by these Scrags.
Well, at least Krenos. Hopefully. I know for a fact that at the beginning of the next turn, I will be Krenos.
Maybe a little bit. Skitters, you have also acted, so you're gonna take 3 points of superficial health damage as the Scrag tears into you as well.
3 exactly?
Yep.
Is that after halving? Okay.
After halving. These are razor-sharp claws that just go right through your skin.
Ouch, my skin. I need that to... You know, I keep all my favorite stuff in there.
I know. Truestrike, you had killed 2 of them, haven't you? No, 1 of them only.
One of them, and the other one's already used its turn, which means that these 2 will get to attack me.
Yes. But they have -2 because they're moving in.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my. That is
Is
6, 9, 4 superficial.
Oh, that hurts.
It does, and you're not even
And also,
Krenos yet.
A new scar to add to
A
the
new
list.
scar, yes. You have hit health impairment, Truestrike. This is... Those claws just cut through your pelt, and there's blood on the floor now. And, of course, you gain extra rage. Have you added the rage?
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Some of you all are very, very angry right now. And that was just the first attack. Here comes the second one.
Oh
Wow.
no. So
9, that's another 4.
oh, so I'm down.
You are down. Truestrike is down.
All right then. Question.
Yeah.
I'm not completely dead yet since it wasn't silver, right?
It wasn't silver, no.
Okay.
Though the rule book doesn't really say when a character dies. It just says when you have all your boxes filled with aggravated, you might die. It's a table question.
Do I die, gang?
Got a
I think it
question.
depends
Do
on
you
how
have
quickly we go through the fight until somebody can get to you.
I have an idea, though. I have an idea because I have enough rage now to go into Krenos and regenerate.
I mean, when you are, when you have hit this level of damage, aggravate damage,
Isn't it just superficial?
It
Yeah,
was superficial, but he's taken so much of it that it turns into aggravation. You know, when you fill the health track, it goes back again, and now it's aggravated.
Oh,
Can
right.
you
And
rage
it's all the way down in
regenerate when
activated
it's
too.
not your turn? or do you
Everybody's
have to
asking
wait?
at the one time. What was that?
You have to wait for your turn to rage regenerate, or can you do it while you're getting attacked?
Nope, you have to wait for your turn.
It's the beginning of the next turn.
Yeah, so a character with their tracker completely filled with aggravated damage is out of the conflict, possibly permanently. In physical combat, they are comatose or dead in most cases.
I think you may be out until I can Mother's touch you.
Yep.
So no way to, like, say, go into, like, say, a frenzy in Krenos?
Nope.
Alright then, have fun.
Which also means that you're no longer in Hispo, are you?
No.
Nope, I am in
Yeah.
Homid form. Fuck me. I'm cooked. Well, by the way, I guess you all get a rage point, though, for that one.
What?
Because you watched your packmate get, like...
Oh
hit
yeah,
big.
yeah, that makes sense. Everybody gets a rage point.
I suggest Mass Krenos.
Mass Krenos might just be the idea right now. Have we added rage points everywhere?
I think so.
That looks good. Okay, so this one can't do anything. This one can do something about Themis. And will. Well, that was a little bit pathetic in comparison, to be honest. Yeah, it's Krenos time, isn't it, everybody?
It appears that way.
We'll have another one attacking our good friend Themis. From 2 directions, no less. The claws. The claws. So that is 3 extra damage. She is now also health impaired. They do a lot of damage, these guys, when they hit. This one has already acted, hasn't it? No, you killed the one. So it's going to be 1 attack on Storm Speaker. Which does 3 points on you. Superficial. It hurts. You are raging now. And then we have 1 attack on Runs to Fire, who is going to add another battle scar to her pelt, isn't she? Well, that wasn't
is?
too bad. 3 superficial. But another rage point for you.
Alrighty.
And then we have the final one, who is in fact engaging with Heart of Ice. And, well, that's 3 superficial health to you. And that was just the first turn, everyone. But now we are in full melee. Except, as you are doing all this, you are going to see, in the house, appearing in the Umbra, a man. He just, flickers through the Umbra and into, from the physical plane and into the Umbra and looks at all of you. And he sees this ferocious melee going on, and he screams, "Ah!" in absolute terror. And as he does this, he grabs on his necklace. There is something he's looking into. You can see it gleaming with spiritual power. He just looks into it and disappears. Foof. Now we have a bunch of close combat to deal with, and everybody's going Krenos, aren't you?
We're gonna have to, unless we do a TPK.
Yeah, we've already lost our best fighter.
Yep, that was actually quite
Jake could have
surprising to
taken
me.
out the three of them maybe if he got in a goal, but we'll see.
We have Scratch as well. Scratch is ready to serve.
Lock in.
Look,
everyone.
I'd rather my character die than that poor rat get hurt again. You're not tempting me with this.
Okay, so Weavewalker, apparently I don't have a Krenos shape for her, but that's okay. She is now in Krenos, which means that she's no longer health impaired. But she shifts this turn, and she doesn't have the gift that allows her to shift rapid shift. Also, she needs to get over to Truestrike, right? Oh man, that means that she's not going to shift to Krenos. I will correct that. I'm sorry. She is instead going to run away from these Scrags here and make it over to Truestrike and Mother's Touch him. Because she can do Mother's Touch too. And I guess that means that she... Yeah, so she's going to Mother's Touch you. Which means that she's going to act after... Let's see now. How is this going to work? I need to think, because it's a confusing system. She's... I think
use
it
it like
happens
opportunity
after all the
attack?
yeah, it happens after all the fighting, which is very bad for her because it means that she needs to go up to Krenos anyway and do some fighting. Okay, let's go. She's going to Krenos. She's doing the fighting thing, and she needs to do the best she can. And she's going to use her Spirit Drain actually, because that is probably the best approach to this. Drain Spirit. It's a full action. And glory versus power, resolving glory versus power, because that will give her, it's going to be a -2 on that, but it's going to give her health from the spirits in question. So even though she's taken damage, she's going to take it right back. I'm going to use a willpower on this, because we need all the power we can get. And, okay, that's just 2 successes. And it's gonna roll its power. And it succeeds, so she cannot actually drain any power from these guys. Okay, she tried. Heart of Ice, you are in melee, aren't you?
I am melee. I will transform into Krynos form.
Go ahead. It's gonna give you a -2 because it's a minor action. And it takes some of your rage away, even as the silver fang, the silvery fur of your true form emerges. And then
I am able to attack this turn, or is that
absolutely, yeah, you have a -2 on the attack because you shifted.
Okay. Am I able to move to another direction?
No,
Or
because
is
that's
it-
another minor action. You can take 1 minor action, 1 big action every turn, basically.
Okay. Alright, then I'll just attack the one in front of me since I can't move.
Yep.
So it'd be...
And in Krenos, you can choose between biting, which does +1 aggravated, or claws, which does superficial +3.
Okay.
But
so
because
I
these are
will-
spirits, it's better to go aggravated, so it's better to bite them.
Okay, so I will try to bite them then.
Yes.
So... Dexterity, brawl, and then how do you add +3 to or is it automatically when I'm in Krynos?
It's automatic.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Nice. 5 successes. I mean, obviously it's fighting you for all it's worth. These things thrive on violence. They love this stuff. You are the attacker, so you technically win. Do you want to reroll some with willpower here to do extra damage?
I will pull
Right click in the box and go left click on the drop down, and well, that was just sad.
That was just sad.
As much as you are laying in all your desperation here, you're just gonna get squeezed by with one extra success over, and that does 2 aggravated damage because you're biting, right?
Yes, I am biting.
On this thing. But it has used its action, so this is basically the melee. You are standing there in your Crinus form, you're shifting, it's trying to get in there, you're holding off those horrible claws. It's a clinch where you're weighing back and forth, and you're finally managing to bite it in the shoulder a bit that scratches it, and that spirit ichor in your mouth, it doesn't taste well, does it? Yeah. Ask Stormspeaker about it. Runs to fire.
Never mind. I'll ask you after.
Do you want to
so
shift
to
to
change
Krinos? What was that?
Yes. So do I hit the 2 rage dice thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
This
I'm
seems like
figuring it out.
you might want to split the dice pool if you have a good dice pool.
Is that But do you need to shift? Do you need like a success and you shift? Is that what it is?
You always shift, but you might lose some rage when you're shifting.
Ah, okay. So
And if
did I
you
lose rage?
if you hit 0 rage, you can't shift at all because you lost the
Okay.
wolf.
Do I have
So
to
yeah,
spend a
you're
rage
just
point? Do I spend a rage point as well?
nope.
Okay.
The rage point is only
Alright.
spent if you fail. But
Okey
now you can attack, and you will have -2 dice because you shifted, and you don't have the rapid shift gift.
Dexterity. All right. So did I? Okay. I think
You
I
click on
shifted.
the brawl first, and then
okay.
you add the dexterity.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. So I was still seeing the other picture, so I'm all like, wait a minute. Did I actually shift?
Yeah, you did.
I'm talking to myself. You just ignore me.
I see the Krinos now. It's
Okay, there we go. Alrighty, and it's just a regular roll. How do you split dice pools now in the system? What's the penalty?
there is no penalty. You just split it right
Oh.
down. But you have -2 because you shifted. So right
Right.
now you have. I mean, you have.
You have 8.
Yeah. You have let's see now, +4 for your Krinos form, so you have 10 in total.
Oh, I
I'm
have
not
10
sure
in
she
total?
should. Yeah, 10 in total because you have your 3 decks,
It's-
3
it's
brawl.
showing
That's
me-
6 +4, 10 -2, 8. 8 in total. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because it's only. So I have 8. Okay, minus
Yeah.
2. Okay, good. Okay.
8
All right, so,
before you split. I don't think. Why
Yeah.
should we split her 8? El
I'm not
Duende?
gonna
That
split
doesn't make any
I'm
sense
not,
to me.
I'm not going to split my. I don't have a big enough dice pool to
I,
split.
No.
I did add the preface if you had
Yeah.
a good enough dice pool. I
Yeah,
did say
if
that.
I had like 13 or something like
Yeah,
that, I'd
no,
totally
no,
split it,
that's
but not
Truestrike.
8. Yeah, that's why I was asking because they used to do the minuses and all that stuff. What the heck is all
5.
that? What?
That's not
5.
bad.
Okay.
All right,
You-
so, I mean, obviously
that
this thing will try to resist you hurting it, because why shouldn't it? And it fails. Now the question is, do you want to do a willpower reroll on this to maybe do some extra damage?
How close is it to being finished off?
So
I mean,
you
can I
have,
tell?
it's 2, not close.
Not close.
If you,
No,
were
no,
to
no.
get, if you were to get 3 more successes, you could kill it in 1 turn. I feel like it's good enough to
Yeah,
justify
yeah, you could kill it in a single turn if you get 3 more successes. This is true.
Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? Why not?
You
Why
feel
not?
lucky.
Alright.
Wow, just.
You know what? It can't be too bad. Everybody else had bad willpower rolls. Somebody's got to get a good one, right?
Right?
Oh, let me re-roll 2. It's showing 2 dice.
No, you should reroll 3, obviously. So.
Well, it says select dice to re-roll max 3, and then it only shows me 2 dice in the little picture.
That's weird. I can see 3 green dice that you can.
Well, I'm gonna roll it anyway. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
Let's just see.
We want
Did it
the
roll?
10s. We want the epic 10s to do
All right, it
all
didn't
the
even
damage.
roll. I hit the roll button and it didn't roll. Let's see. Let's try that again.
Something is weird.
Now it's saying Okay, now I'm seeing all the dice. So I'm re-rolling the ones that are blank. Correct.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. There we go. That's what I needed.
8 successes. That's what we needed. Okay, so
Alright.
that's 4 plus 1. That is 5. Okay, that's an outright kill. You just destroyed the Scrag immediately. Feel free to describe how you destroy this ghoulish creature.
She just goes in with her mouth is a little bit smaller now that it's not the Hispo mouth, so she just goes through its neck.
And you hear the snap and crackle, and you don't know what comes out of it because it's a spirit, but it's ichor and it's worm tasting, and
Yeah. Nasty.
Gaia's rage is fueling you on your way. You know what I completely forgot last turn? When Themis got attacked? Porcupine's reprisal. Why did I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, why didn't you do that?
Because I'm not Bryce. That's why.
Because there's a lot going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gotta be why. Okay. Let's see now. So she's absolutely. I'm gonna retcon here and let her do that because it's only fair. And
Metagaming.
it's free as well. She loses a rage point, which means that she cannot go Krenos. Oh no. So
Double retcon. Retcon the retcon, no.
exactly. She can make a rage check to immediately do superficial equal to her glory to the attacker. So she's absolutely going to do that to this one, which is going to be some superficial damage. Okay, she will now try to fight off. Oh my God! All 4 of them at once. Easy.
Oh no. Go, my NPC, die so the player doesn't have to.
Exactly. Well, she can't go. She can't go Krenos because
she's
she
possible
doesn't have
affected.
enough rage, and she's health impaired. But I mean, she's gonna have to try to do something, right? So, maybe shift to Hispo at least, so she can. Well, she can regenerate.
Aggravated bite.
She's going to regenerate some damage. We do that at the start of the turn.
Yes.
Okay.
And that succeeds. So now she doesn't have a health impairment anymore. The rage fuels her body. And then she will, in fact, switch over to Hispo. Because that way she can do aggravated damage with her fangs, at the very least. And that goes well, too. Now, of course, in Hispo, she has a -2 on the attack because she shifted. But she is one strong woman and a Black Fury to boot. So she's not going to take nothing from these creatures. She's going to attack them like one of Gaia's Greek Amazon warriors. And I'm going to willpower reroll because we need all the damage we can get. There we go. And the Scrag is defending itself. And she will win that exchange by that much. But it is an aggravated damage, isn't it?
2 aggravated.
2 aggravated damage, even. Which means that it screams in pain as she tears into its spiritual flesh. Store Speaker, you are up. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I will turn. Oh, first thing to do, I'll heal.
That makes sense. And you heal 1 or more.
That's one
How much do you
success.
heal?
I'll
that's-
heal another.
No, you can only heal the 1 per turn.
Right.
Unless you go into Krenos. Then you can heal 2 per turn.
Which brings me to the next thing. I am going into Krenos.
What? Well, that takes the wind out of you completely, but you do shift.
Okay, now I guess so. I can't if I just find one of these to bite and kill it. Or what do we think? Would it be better if I did the psych up song that lets everybody do the more powerful willpower hero?
The Song of Valor.
I'm thinking just keep biting, but if anybody wants the extra...
Just keep
I would
biting. I
say
think.
keep fighting.
Yeah, we've lost our fighter, so.
Look,
Another
if I were
time-
to fill up, this would be a situation where you should do the song. That being said, by the way, I'm still. Never mind. It's a dumb question.
No, go ahead and bite because we can't afford another round with a fighter not taking an action.
Alright, I'll bite whichever one of these can't defend itself.
Yeah, the spirits need to lock the fuck in.
That will
Why
be
is-
this one.
Okay, I'll bite that one. Okay, and it's -2 because I
Because you shifted, exactly. Not a single one with rapid shift today, sadly.
I rapid shift. It just hasn't been my turn.
Yeah. Well, that's a success. 3 successes, and your bite does +1, right? So that's 4 aggravated. Yeah, feel free to describe how you destroy this Scrag.
yeah, you see, because Stormspeaker just shifted. If it was like a cartoon, you just see the steady shot of it, where Stormspeaker grows to the point where his head is out of the top of the shot, and then just bends back down to clamp onto this thing's head.
And then it just bursts like a melon, with black ichor everywhere, and the rest of the body's deflated like a balloon and just floats out in the spirit ether. Skitters! You are
Okay,
in fact
I'm
in
going-
melee.
Yeah, I am going to try to heal first. Rage check.
Let's go.
You know, I just realized.
Okay, healed. I think.
healed.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to use rapid shift. So I roll Dex Glory, and if I succeed, I don't
Yep.
take the 2 penalty.
Exactly.
And it's difficulty. I forget.
It's a low
difficulty,
because-
whatever.
Yeah, you're just jumping one step, right? So
Difficulty what? Sorry.
it's a low difficulty because you're just jumping the one step.
So 1, 2, 3.
Let's see, rapid shift to do 1 for Homin and Lupus, 3 for Krinos. Okay, apparently it's the form. So yeah, it's 3.
Okay, just. Yeah, I think what 5 did is that you don't have to go through the steps. Like you can go straight from Hamid to, but going into Kunis is always a 3. You don't get a bonus. Like they reworked it.
Yeah.
Okay, that succeeds.
Oh yes,
so now
very
I,
much so. So
Now I
Krinos
get
we
to
are.
actually. No, I
Oh.
get to actually shift.
Yep. You're gonna
Kunis.
shifting to Krinos without having to lose two dice for it because of your gift. And now you can just tear a creature a new one.
Yeah, and I have. So, how many dice do I actually have? I haven't taken the -2, so I have 4 dice from Dex and
Then
2
4 for
from Brawl.
Krinos
So,
and 2 for Brawl. So 10 in total. Yeah.
oh, that's not enough to split, unfortunately.
No.
I wish I should put more points in Brawl. So
Well,
Brawl.
That's what XP is
Plus-
for.
Yeah. But he's not really a brawler. Like he's a thief.
I know.
When he
But
he
right
got
now
into
you are
fights-
literally in a worm blight. For the first time ever, I might add.
Yeah. 10 dice. Let's see what happens. I'm biting, so +1 aggravated.
Wow. Okay, so when Truestrike is not the tank of the group, you're clearly stepping up, aren't you?
Oh, we'll see. Oh my God, this asshole! I roll
Yeah,
well,
a
he
little
rolls
bit.
well.
A little bit assholey. A little bit assholey. So
You
that's
gotta
going to be
reroll it,
2
Jack.
successes for you. You're biting, right? So that's going to be 3 aggravated.
Yeah. Is that enough to kill it?
Nope.
Okay, I'll try to willpower because there's no way
Yes.
I can take four attacks. I have to kill this dude.
Yep.
One more.
9. Okay, so now we're up to 3. 4, yeah, okay. So one more.
4 damage.
That's not bad. It is screeching in pain and rage, and it's going to let that pain and rage fill it with
Fear.
Nope. Murderous
Damn
purpose.
it.
I was gonna say murderous purpose. Okay, so we have here some more creatures that can do stuff. Let's see now. Let's go. We're gonna have Scrags going to various places. So this one has been fighting off Weavewalker. I guess this one can destroy Optinode. Optinode is joining the fight, but it's going into the melee, so it has to wait until these guys are done. So this one will actually attack Weavewalker then, not Optinode, because that's the turn order of things. And Weavewalker is going to scream in a lot of pain because that hurts. That is...
Wow, it hurts to get stabbed 5 billion times? That's crazy.
Yes, you wouldn't believe it, but it's true. Even in her present Krynos form, she is screaming out in pain and so on. Let's see now. This one is... Okay, so this one is coming in here to also attack her because Optino doesn't arrive until afterwards,
Oh
right?
my god, they're jumping her.
Curb stomp. Well, that was the weakest curb stomp anyone has ever seen in their life, wasn't it?
Only 2 damage.
I can willpower reroll too. That's actually 4 damage.
Still pretty weak.
Well, enough to make Weavewalker scream in pain. Optinode will come in here and try to do its level best to burn a Scrag with some power roll here. This is just pure electric power. I'm gonna remove a success because it's moving, so it's still 2 though.
Is the Weavewalker chick in Krynos, or is she in Hamid form?
She is actually in Krynos, but I didn't have a Krynos picture for her for some
no, that's
reason.
fine. I was
I
just
don't know
yeah.
why. Yeah, but it's a valid question. Okay, we have these guys here who are going into Themis, of course. One of them has already been involved in the fight, so the other one is attacking, but has -2 for moving, and this is just going to go clean in. We're going to do all the damage we can. 7. That's 10. That's 5 superficial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Themis screams in pain yet again. Ooh, that's rage for Themis. Oh, and we also have Porcupine's Reprisal. I didn't forget it this time.
Oh, and also every time these guys attacked her, she got a point of rage, right? So...
Yeah, I've given her the rage. Oh, she's still losing the wolf, which is sad. But she deals out some damage to her attacker at least. This one has already acted, I believe. Storm Speaker, you were... Have you been attacked yet?
No.
Alright, so here you go. Well, that's gonna be 3 superficial. And then I guess we get runs to fire. Because you killed one, didn't you, runs to fire?
Yes. Yes.
So that means the other one gets a chance to attack you. And all those claws do some damage, apparently. It's going to be
Yikes.
4. You get another rage. You are so angry now, Runs to Fire. This is... when was she last this level of angry?
Never.
Never. It's just
never.
all the anger. But now that they have all done their thing, we're going to get Scratch and Switchwing on the case as well here. So Scratchy is going to...
Scratch, my boy, walk in.
Yeah. He's going to come in here and do his thing to protect his friend, Skitters.
Fucking soldier!
7 damage in Brawl. Okay, that's only
I can-
3 superficial, but it's enough to just absolutely destroy this thing.
Reincarnation of Queek Head Taker.
Yes.
Why does Scratch only do superficial? Doesn't he have like attacking?
I don't
or
have
something?
him with a trait that does aggravated.
Why not?
I don't know.
He needs to train his little claws.
Oh
You're
yeah.
his balls back.
Scratch is coming in like the storm vermin he is and just shredding this thing with tooth and claw. And you can hear him scream, "Die, you worm!
We're gonna have a talk about.
Kill!
Yes.
Kill them all!"
Kill.
I think Switchwing should do a similar type of a thing on the Scrag that is attacking Runs to Fire. Switchwing is not a fighter, mind you.
No.
But it can claw and be annoying at the eyes, right? That is what ravens do.
They hairy.
Yeah, exactly. So, at least, it's something. It's something.
Yeah.
It helps. A little bit helps. All right. Weavewalker is not dead yet. But
Barely.
she is in so much pain, and she's definitely going to do a rage check to heal stuff. So let's go with that.
Can she now break contact with these Scrags and go wake Truestrike up?
Nah, she's swamped. But the good news is she's no longer health impaired, thanks to her healing of herself.
I guess what she can do is kill one of them to maybe make some room to run over to me next turn.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. I mean, she's teamed up with Optinode here, so why shouldn't she, right? Also, she didn't kill anything last turn, did she?
No.
Nope.
So she needs to spend a willpower point to go frenzy. That's an uncommon thing for her. She's not used to this type of thing. Like, why am I in a fight all of a sudden? This is not her.
You
We are
to go-
warriors of
Yeah,
Gaia.
son.
Yep. Well, that's some successes, I guess.
And if that's a bite, that's enough to kill one of them.
Well,
Wait, hold on.
unless-
Is it last turn or the next turn?
This is a new turn. This is a new turn.
Okay.
She's the fastest of all of you. So she will bite, I guess, because that's what does most damage. So it's going to be 2 aggravated.
She might as well push that and hopefully.
She
kill
might
it.
as well push that.
I mean, she has
She's got
5
so-
quadrillion willpower.
No, she can only get one more success max. Oh, 2?
She has
She
5
has
versus
5
she's so
willing
that's
will-
okay. That's
willpower.
2 still. Well, that's 2 plus 1. It's 1 more.
Yeah.
It's which is not enough to bring it down, but it is enough to
Soften it up for Scratch.
absolutely. Scratch just came in clutch, didn't he?
He really did.
All right, Truestrike, you're still lying there on the battlefield in
I have a
pain
question.
and
I have a
unconscious.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since switching into Krenos gives you health points,
Yes.
does that mean if I were to switch to Krenos, I could?
You
Or
can
not.
only switch to Krenos if you're actually conscious.
Got it. All right then.
Yeah, you should have switched to Krenos like at the beginning of the fight.
Yep. Heart
We
of
have enough
Ice.
ri- If we do that,
Heart of
Whatever.
Ice. Let's go. You have a
Alright,
Scrag? A Scrag.
I got an ace Scrag.
A
so
Scrag
to-
to fight off.
So to heal, I roll a rage check.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so let me do that, I guess.
Yeah, some of your rage dissipates as that energy, adrenaline, just infuses your body with the healing powers of Gaia. But you hail too superficial, so the wounds, the pain subsides. The rage just numbs the pain. And now you don't
Alright.
have any negatives at all. You can just go to town on this thing.
Let's go ahead and attack. Dexterity, there she is. All right.
What? Okay. That was going to town on this thing.
That was
No
what
doubt
I
at
was
all.
saying.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 6 aggravated damage. Feel free to describe how you kill this thing, very graphically, if you like.
Graphically, okay. So Heart of Ice is gonna slam his claws into its chest before biting down onto its head and just ripping it apart into 3.
Yeah, it tried really hard. Like, you can see the rage. This is an entity of pure murderous rage. It's an embodiment of anger, fury, kill, kill, kill. It almost seems satisfied that you're destroying it. You're doing exactly what you should be doing. Hail the worm. And then it dies.
And then it dies.
Alright.
Am I able to move before
the end.
Nope.
it's over?
Because moving
Okay.
is a minor action, which would have, subtracted 2 from your attack. Since you used your full dice pool on the attack, you cannot move.
Okay.
Runs to fire!
Yes. I will move on to the next one.
Yeah, there's one right here.
Yep. Let's see. So to heal myself, you do a rage roll. Is that what it is?
That is correct.
Yep.
So you click on the rage.
The rage
Oh.
dice button.
Yes, indeed.
Alrighty, and it says just one. I just roll 1 die.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will heal 2 superficial, regardless of if you succeed or fail. The only
Okey-dokey.
difference here is exactly like that. So the pain is numbed somewhat. You're also not feeling quite that rage and fury anymore because you lost a point of rage. But I mean, you're still in anger mode.
Pretty
And since you
ragey.
killed something last turn, you don't have to spend willpower to avoid going frenzy. So in this system, in this edition, if you're a Krenos, if you don't kill something on your turn, you might go frenzy.
Gotcha.
But there's something to
Alright.
attack right in front of you.
Now, -2 because I healed myself.
Nope.
No, that's
That
free.
is reflexive.
Oh, okay.
So now you can
Alrighty.
just go all out and kill the shit out of this thing. In Gaia's
Oh
true
my
form.
god.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Reroll.
Wow.
Reroll.
No. Yeah, I mean,
Reroll.
yes, you should definitely push it, but the possible brutal outcome is a good thing right now.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was
it's
thinking
just
of
extra
boxing.
successes because you're, fighting. It's just a frenzied attack, basically.
Okay.
If you want to push this with, willpower reroll 3 of the dice, you can do that too to do some extra damage. But you don't have to.
Yeah, so they get to they haven't attacked yet, so they get to, do they get a dodge or something, or is
Oh,
it
absolutely, they get to.
Okay, so that could take away from my successes.
Yeah. So
Uh,
this is the situation in this duel.
Okay, I'll
They're gonna win this fight if you don't, willpower reroll.
No,
Yes.
like 5 successes.
Oh yeah, it's actually 6 successes in total because the brutal outcome is 3 successes. So
No, I'll re-roll. I was gonna say I was gonna re-roll.
Well, that keeps you brutal, but it just means...
yeah, you reroll 3 of the greens.
Yeah.
So 7.
It's dead.
It's 1, no, that is 10 successes because the brutal outcome counts as 3 extra successes. So 10 versus 6 versus 4, 6, and we're doing aggravated, aren't we?
Yes.
So it's 7 in total. You just feel free to describe how you destroy this monstrous being.
And I'm going to turn around real quick at the one that Switchwing was attacking, and I'm just going to jump, kind of, not like jump like an action jump, but like jump right on top of it and just try to engulf as much of its head in my mouth as I can and rip it off.
And so you do. It is ripped in twain. Like, you just come in there with the claws over the torso, your legs around its hips, and then just tear, and it's ripped in 4 parts, basically. Arms that way, legs, hip on the floor, the torso still, dangling in your mouth. It's just absolutely shredded. Which is how we do it as Garou, right?
Do I get a rage point for killing something again?
Nope. You get rage points for being hurt. But you do avoid going frenzy because you killed someone.
Yeah.
Okay, Themis. She will, has a coup de grace as well. What's that? Someone's, okay. End an enemy in 1 strike. Spanning the full turn while summoning their strength. The user's next brawl or melee attack adds their glory to the damage rating. Well, then she would have to take a full turn. I don't think she's going to do that right now. Oh, and she is also in pain. We need to do a rage check here to heal something. Anything, which succeeds. So she is not actually health impaired. This is the gift of Gaia, right? You can take an extraordinary amount of damage as a wolf. So she's gonna try to just bite down here as hard as she can on her opponents. And will it succeed or not, as Themis fights for her life against all these creatures? Yes, it will succeed. Do we want to use... Yeah, we can do willpower, definitely. We want to do as much damage as possible, right, everybody? Well, 7 against 4 is not too bad, right? 3 aggravated. Which is not enough to put it down. But it screams in pain nonetheless. Storm Speaker.
So which of these around me can't fight back?
Everybody around you can fight back. Because none of them have acted yet.
Then guess I'll go to finish off the one that Miss has already wounded.
I mean, let's see now. Okay, yeah, that makes
that
sense.
would-
Yeah, one of them is wounded.
That's 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Last dog. No, you aren't eating my food, motherfucker.
Four. Well, this one can fight back, because why not? But not when I roll like that. That is a little bit sad.
Should I do the willpower reroll? Will that make a difference?
Yes, it will. Maybe, if you succeed with it. You did, and how? Okay. 8 successes. You do 4 and then 5 damage on this thing. Feel free to describe how it dies.
I think this time, because it's all covered in sort of rags floating around in the kind of spirit world, Stormspeaker just bites into its kind of midsection, rips his head to the side, and all the rags and all the other essence of it kind of unrolls like a roll of toilet roll,
Yes.
like spinning out really fast.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. It just absolutely dissolves. Ah!
There's one
Skitters!
thing I was wondering about healing.
Yeah.
When you're in Krenos, is that you can only do 1 heal per turn, but it heals 2 health, or you
Yes.
can do 2 heals and they heal 1 health each?
Nope, you can do 1 rage check and it heals 2 superficial.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
forgot
says
to
here
do
that
that.
Yeah,
regenerate
okay.
2
Rage
per
check.
rage check. Yeah,
Let's go.
2 per. Oh, I've spent a point of willpower to not murder Kate.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Also, it's not Kate, it's Miranda.
Oh, why am I?
You have to do your heal at the start of your turn or you've lost it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I'm not sure what the order would be to heal or spend the willpower point. What's your rule, Michael? What should I do first? Should I heal
Willpower is at the end of
or
the turn, I think. No, wait. You didn't kill anything last turn, so you had to spend a
No.
willpower at the end of that turn.
Oh, right. Okay. So
So
that's
now you
spent.
don't go
Now
frenzy. And now you can
Yeah.
heal.
Oh, no, I can deal.
Yeah. Because you're so very hurt, aren't you? With your
Well, I'm
2
kind of hurt.
little superficial scratches.
Well, these guys do 3 you know? Why are we having this cover? Do I roll 1 dice or 2 for the rage check?
You just roll a single rage check. You click on the fags button. Okay,
Okay,
so
I lose
you're gonna
wolf,
lose a
but I
little
do
bit
get to
of
have-
rage, but you're gonna heal up completely. You are now absolutely ready to go to town on anything.
Okay, and I guess I'll just buy this one.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, that one. Okay, let's go.
Is that enough of a distance to take 2 dice, or was
No,
it
it's
just like,
fine. It's not 2 dice. It's close enough.
together we are one.
That's weird. It will try to attack you too. Ooh. And maybe it will even hurt you this time. Or not.
Oh, 6 successes. I guess I'll,
We're all
Who wins?
willpowering this, aren't we? Let's go.
no. Oh, he's willpowering it.
Of course
he
he
gets
is.
8. Okay, I guess I'll have to willpower it, so.
You are so tired now.
So
But you
tired,
get
but
9.
so successful. I get 9.
Yes,
so
you
I
do.
beat it by 1, so I
You beat
do
it by
2
1,
damage.
But you're biting it.
2
so you do
aggravated damage.
2 aggravated damage in its face. It cracks and snaps under the pressure of your fangs, but it does not die. Alright, let's
Oh
see
my
now.
god, I'm going to frenzy next turn. This is. Kate better. Miranda better run.
Yes, you are. Oh my god, are you gonna kill Kate? That would be sad. This one has already acted, so I guess it's only this one left. Which means that Optinode can go and attack this thing, right? But it needs to move, so this one is going to attack not Kate, but Miranda. You're thinking about the vampire character. that is going to be 8 damage divided in 2, which makes 4. And you have to watch, Skitters and Shadows, as Weavewalker screams as this Scrag just digs into her intestines and drags them out one by one.
So,
She
2.
screams in horror and falls over. Her
my God.
eyes just going white and sinking into its skull. Skitters, you gain a range point. There you go.
Jan also gains a rage point.
No doubt. Optinode.
Duende also gains a rage point. What the fuck? You motherfucker, you said you were gonna send her to the farm, you bastard!
I lied!
Oh no!
Optinode fries one of the Scrags.
Look at what you done to my girl! You animal!
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Scratch is going to jump into help Skitters, obviously, because that's what we do, right?
What we need for Scratch is a couple of different forms depending on what he's doing. So like he looks kind of different in the real world or in the Umbra or what.
I can make a Skaven-y type of form. Switch
Yeah,
wing
like-
here will help here, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, not really a fighter, but you know, everything is something,
Every little
right?
poke helps. Yeah, every
bit
little poke helps.
Truestrike is still unconscious. This is declaration turn here. Runs to fire. After all the fights, you could actually bring Truestrike up with your mother's touch.
Yes. Yes, I would do that this turn because I'm not really engaged with
Very
anybody.
well. But Heart of Ice, what do you want to do?
How is I am lost for names. Give me a second. How's Skitters looking in terms of mental state?
Oh, he's well, he can take an aggravated willpower damage to stay without frenzying. So, do you want to do that, Skitters?
Oh, can I take an aggravated?
Oh yeah,
Roll damage?
absolutely.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll take an aggravated.
Okay,
no
yeah,
problem.
he's just digging into these Scrags here.
Okay. Just to keep it all away for just a bit, hopefully for this a little longer, I am going to activate. Oh, can I? Nope, that's not what I did. That's how I do it. Okay, but how do I actually activate this thing?
A willpower point? While this gift is act-
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you just spend. It's a free action, so we just
Okay.
you just take a point of damage to your willpower, and members of the pack can now spend willpower for one another. So the total number of willpower that can be spent in this way is equal to the gift's user's honor, which is a lot. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
So they can. Hopefully, it will help him with his trying not to go insane.
yes, it will.
At the very least.
But that's also a free action, so it's not even, you don't even have to take a turn to do that. So,
I will.
which
do
means
I
that
will
you
do
could
it.
even take, instead of him taking an aggravated willpower damage, you can just take his willpower for him.
Yeah, I'll take his willpower for him. So
Very well.
as Heart of Ice sees Weavewalker passing away, rest in peace. He's gonna take a deep breath and call out to the rest of the pack. Hellwalkers, focus on within yourselves and let us carry our burdens for one another. Let my gift pass through you, as if we were one, for a single moment. and I will take his Skitter's willpower.
Very good.
So I will take an extra willpower, right?
Yep. Yeah, I've noted that down.
Okay.
And now you
So
have an action on top of that.
Okay, so minor action as well?
Yeah.
No,
All right.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Continue.
Okay, I will move here, I guess, the closest one. And I will try to attack with -2.
Which one are we attacking?
The one
that
next to
one. Okay.
Truestrike.
Dang it.
But I'll dexterity -2 of that, just in case. And there we go. 1 success. The dice are not liking me today.
No.
You know what?
Do you want to use a willpower, take some more willpower damage to do maybe some more damage?
You know what? Sure, why not? I'll do one more. I got only a 1.
Wow.
2 successes.
All those dice and only 2 success. Okay.
Yeah, the dice are not liking me today, so.
You know what? It's gonna split its dice pool and just roll 2 dice to resist you. Because it's not worth more. So actually 3 dice. 3 dice. So because it needs to have 3 successes to stop you, right? Okay, so then it has to spend a willpower to re-roll 2 of those dice. Wow. Okay.
Success, I guess.
I guess it has to spend all of its freaking dice just to defend
Wait,
itself.
I already
It's
decided
ridiculous.
to split it. I can't change its mind.
So all of the dice, and I only have 2 successes.
So we fucking even each other out?
And you win because you're the attacker. And that means that you do 2 points of damage, which is
All right.
exactly what you needed to kill this thing. I don't
All right,
even
so
know
I can-
what this looks like. It's like and what is it's a fumbly type of like, where did you come from? And then 2 people are like, you're stumbling into it as you're running, and then just slashing it, and somehow you manage to hit it because it's focused on Themis apparently, and you just slash it across the neck, and that's it.
That's all I can do, I guess.
You have no idea how you managed to kill that thing.
I don't even either. I just quickly ran into it and slammed into it, and somehow it died.
Yep.
And remember, everybody, you can use each other's willpower if need be, if you need it.
Well, yeah, 3 more willpower are
3
available
more, yeah,
to
3
me.
more.
Okay, so
Alright.
we're gonna heal another point of damage. Oh no! She lost the wolf.
Okay.
So, but she heals a point. She's stumbling forwards. She heals a point of superficial damage. And then I guess she's just trying to punch someone. She's very strong, isn't she, after all?
And I think the one in front of her has been attacked, so it should be somewhat weaker.
Not this turn. Because, yeah, Storm Speaker hasn't acted yet. She will definitely use a willpower on this. Because, dang it. How is she losing the... She hasn't even noticed that Weavewalker is down yet, I don't think. But this thing will turn and tear her soul to shreds. Or not.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, that was a bit weak, but it was enough to actually hit. So that's 1 plus 3 is 4. That's 2 superficial. She is again in a great deal of pain. But she's not dead yet, because I didn't roll enough damage. Very sad. Storm Speaker, you're up.
This last Scrag next to me is going down.
I have a feeling it might. Yep, it does. Feel free to describe, as always.
Yeah, this is just as Stormsby is kind of like almost doing this as like a production line. He just reaches down and bites one more time and into the head of this one, and you just hear the crunch.
Yep.
Do I have can I move?
Nope, because you spent all your dice on attacking. Skitters. For some reason, your mind is not burdened by your form, even though you haven't killed this thing. And you just know instinctively that Heart of Ice has relieved that pressure on your head.
Okay, I'm gonna have to thank him once I'm able to talk. But meanwhile, vengeance is afoot.
Vengeance is afoot.
I don't need to actually heal. I actually healed fully, so and I'm very, very angry. So let's see what happens.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You are very, very angry.
Oh, okay. I'll just
But
take that.
is it enough?
No. Yeah, I'll just take that. Jesus.
Are you going to take that?
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not.
So
I'm
it's
not
gonna be
one
two-
dice. I
2
can't.
health, 2 superficial damage.
You can still willpower roll, maybe.
Which-
Or is that?
Yeah, he's
Nah.
maxed out for willpower, so. But you take a
Yeah.
rage point now. You get a rage because those claws, as you are fighting off this thing, it managed to scratch over your legs, very painfully.
We don't need to constantly willpower everything always. You know.
No, we don't.
Like that's only 2 superficial damage. That's okay. Like
Yeah.
I can heal that, hopefully.
Well, we're gonna leap over here to attack Themis with -2 dice for the jump. And Themis has no more dice, so that is 9 points of damage,
Holy
which
shit.
is 4. And you all get to see Themis's head being torn right off
Oh my
by
God.
this Scrag
Well,
in a fit
it
of
looks like-
rage. And I mean, Stormspeaker gains a rage. Runs to fire, gains a rage. Heart of Ice, you're right there. You can just see it. And so does Skitters.
Yet something tells me Jake is going to have a very fun time when he wakes up.
Very fun time.
Yeah, very good, happy time.
Optinode is not going to be with you for much longer, but it will use its electricity powers to do something against this Scrag here, which is not much, but every little bit helps. Okay, let's take this down, Scratch, shall we? Ah! The most vicious rat in the Umbra! Actually, not quite. Unless I willpower that. Let's do a willpower. Here we go. The most vicious rat in the Umbra. That is 3 points. So close to taking it down. Switchwing. You know what? Switchwing can go over here. You can just gang up on this one thing here to bring it down. All the spirits. And that is enough. The Scrag is destroyed. And that means that Runs to Fire gets to do a Mother's Touch on Truestrike.
May I describe the injury on Truestrike?
Yes, you may.
All right. So basically, the left side of Truestrike's face was mangled by that last hit, and to the point where the left eye is hanging out of his face.
Ew.
All
Well,
right.
I guess we just have to pop it back in there.
Can
Or,
we bring people
you know,
back round
it would be
with
more
regular medicine
hardcore
rolls,
if you
or-
rip it out and a new one like,
Why
grows in.
did both of you speak at once?
You go ahead.
I was just saying it would be more hardcore. Rip out your eye and then it goes for
This eye is completely fucked. There is no saving it. So yeah, just rip it out. Might as well.
So we're gonna make a new picture of you, like one-eyed and everything.
Yeah. His face was completely fucked up during this.
Runs to Fire, runs to Truestrike, and now I want you to click on your Intelligence button and add your
Okay.
glory.
Do I have to heal myself first?
You can heal yourself.
Yeah,
with
let me
a
heal
rage
myself
check.
first because I don't know if there's modifiers or not on the roll.
That's not really.
Okay. If there's no
Can we wake
modifiers.
somebody up with a? We wake somebody up with a regular medicine roll, or does it have to be spiritual healing?
No, medicine works too. It just takes much longer. It heals up superficial damage, not aggravated. But yeah, click the rage
And
die.
It's
and
glory.
heal some
It's
stuff.
glory, right? I think it's
If
glory.
you wanted to heal yourself first, it's clicking the rage die first. So
Okay.
then you can heal 2 points of superficial damage to you. And so you do. The pain
Alrighty.
subsides.
Okay, and then
now,
intelligence.
yeah, intelligence and glory.
Glory.
Thing is, you need to get more than
Okay.
his rage, so the difficulty is a 4 for you.
So it's saying I don't have any dice. It's just saying I have rage dice. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
I have no werewolf dice. Oh, okay.
Because yeah, you're so angry right now.
Oh,
I mean-
okay. But my dice for my intelligence and my glory is not showing. It's saying 0.
Yeah, that's because so each rage die replaces a werewolf die.
Oh, okay.
Alas and alack, you need to have 5 successes on this to heal him because he is that angry.
Even unconscious, he not kept his rage, even though he's.
No,
Near death?
that's you need to exceed the subject's current rage to heal an aggravated.
Wow. Okay. Well, then I wouldn't. Well, okay. That was a waste of a willpower point.
It was an attempt. An attempt was made.
Also,
I
y'all
wouldn't have
know-
had I wouldn't have had the dice pool to do it. I would.
Oh,
need to
you
have
could
a
roll, 2 10s and 2 successes. That would give you
Yeah.
6 successes. So it's not impossible. It's just very
That's
unlikely.
a lot of ask.
I know.
That is-
I know.
Oh goodness.
So he is in fact not getting up. But on the other hand, this fight is basically over anyway because this Scrag, I mean, Heart of Ice, you're taking out the final Scrag, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna try.
This is not going to take long.
I'll say I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Knowing our luck today, it's questionable.
Did you kill anything last turn?
I
Heart of Ice?
don't remember.
I don't think you did. So
I did not know. I
So
did not
I'm
know.
taking a superficial willpower point for you not to go frenzy. Did
There-
Skitters in Shadows kill anything last turn? No.
He did not. He got hurt.
So does anyone want to spend a willpower on behalf of Skitters in Shadows?
What happens when you run out of willpower? I only have 1 willpower left.
Oh.
You become willpower impaired. It gets -2 on all mental and social rolls.
Oh.
I'll take the hit. I'll make sure that they,
Very
they
well.
don't. And then we'll roll.
Yeah. It's getting time for you all to not be in Krenos anymore. Oh my god. Yeah, that's... This one is actually completely fresh. And it rolls accordingly, doesn't it?
It does roll.
Oh my
accordingly.
god.
Do you want to spend a willpower to re-roll anything? Heart of Ice?
I cannot.
You can. You'll just end up willpower impaired.
I've got a spare. You can do it off mine.
All right, that's the final willpower we can use that way. Now we've used 4 willpower that way. That was all. So here we go. You can re-roll some stuff from Stormspeaker. This is the unity of the pack speaking. Let's go. 7 successes. It's not bad, but it's not enough. That is 5. That will be 2 superficial damage on you. Heart of Ice. Runs
That
to
is-
fire. Do we want to attack something, or do we want to...
Can I attack? I thought I did the Mother's Touch.
That was last turn.
Oh, this is a new round? Oh, sorry.
This is a new round.
Apparently, I faded out. Okay. Yes,
Faded off.
I will attack.
Go
If that's
ahead.
the last, if that's
It
the last
has-
one.
It has no dice left. It used all its dice on Heart of Ice here, so
Oh, that's
it's gonna
nice.
get
How nice of
swamped
him.
by everybody.
Okay.
All you
Alrighty,
need is
so
5 aggregate.
Roll. And Intella. Dexterity. Confirm. And roll. Did it come up
That
on what?
is a success of magnitude. That is 5 points of aggravated damage. So feel free to describe how you put this thing down.
Is this my second one of those brutal outcome thingies?
Yes,
Wow,
it
holy
is.
Crap, I never rolled this good in my other games. All
This
right.
is just absolutely crushing.
So being frustrated that she couldn't heal, and considering that's her gig, she just turns around and takes out all of that anger on this Scrag. And does it matter if I bite it or claw it? Is it out regardless?
Biting is gonna put it out. of its
Okay,
misery.
I need to go ahead and put it up. And I just lunge straight into its center mass and just go to bite into its torso and rip out its core.
Yep. If Scrags had a heart, that is what you get a hold of, and then it is no more. And so is the fight. The Garou are standing around here together, and
Truestrike, does he finally wake up?
he will.
So how does healing work? You have to be in. Can you heal in your base form, or is it you have to be out of your form?
No,
You
you
have
can
to
heal in
be-
your base form. But yeah, I mean he can also shift to Krenos and start healing that way. But or some other form that is not.
I was actually meant for my character or any of the characters as far as once you're out of combat, you can heal pretty quickly if you're in certain forms in the old system, right? So.
So in this again, healing is done by rage checks, and it's not
Okay.
in your Homid form. So you would want to go to Glabro, for example, to do that.
Okay.
Because in Krenos, if you don't kill something, you risk going frenzy. So you don't want to be in
Right.
Krenos when you're not in a fight. But yeah, here we have the battlefield and the house that Sam built and the blight that he turned it into. What kind of dark heart did this person have? Remember, you saw a man, and when you remember him, you saw him screaming.
Mhm.
He was not human. He was glabro-form.
Oh, Christ.
Which should be impossible.
But he was acting terrified, like he saw the delirium, like he was.
No.
with-
He was in
Oh, no,
glabro
okay.
form. He was, just as
No, but
big.
he was screaming when he saw the fight.
He
and
was
he-
screaming like he got terrified when he saw the fight, and
Yeah.
he used some kind of object to just disappear.
Mhm.
But I think we will pick up on that next week, my friends, when we will see what remains of the the house that Sam built, and what you might find inside it.
I don't like the way you said that. It kind of makes me think of the film The House That Jack Built.
Maybe a little bit.
All right, you know about that movie?
No.
I know the
Okay.
nursery rhyme.
Mikhail,